Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is December 10th, 2024. I don't know, I'm having issues with my audio, so if anybody can just confirm that the audio is working now, we can get started. For some reason, something's wrong with my mic. I don't know what's going on. Let me just write it in the chat. If you guys can't even hear me, how can you respond to what I'm saying, right? Can you hear me now? Oh, yeah. Guess I gotta go to Best Buy tomorrow. Okay, it looks like it's working. Yeah, that's good. All right, thanks a lot, Brad. Appreciate that. Yeah, I just did a 20-minute live stream and nobody heard anything. So, but thanks everybody. Thank you for your support and thank you for coming and joining the video with us today. So, like I was saying, and nobody got to hear anything, but I asked the question: Is do you guys think that Christopher Reeve faked his injury? And the reason I'm asking that question is because you guys remember not too long ago I did a video showing the ritual with his injury and his death. Christopher Reeve supposedly suffered a horse riding accident back on May 27th, 1995, which was 121 days before his birthday, and his full name is 121. And then he ended up dying at the age of 52, right? The Man of Steel. Notice in Gematria, Man of Steel equals 52. And what I spoke about in that video is how his death was also connected to the original Superman, this man right here, whose name was Kirk Allen. Notice his name is also 52 and 38, just like Man of Steel. This was the original Superman. It wasn't Christopher Reeve. And yeah, again, he died at the age of 52, Christopher Reeve. And what I spoke about in that video was all the other stuff that was covered in the documentary. Because the reason I did the video is because on that day, Max was airing the Christopher Reeve story, the documentary on his life. If you guys go to the post, to the community section of my YouTube channel, there's a post on there where you can watch the documentary for free. You don't have to pay $10 to see it. And I think you guys should see it so you guys can determine whether or not you think it's fake or real. Because I'm telling you, the person that fell out of the horse, that was not Christopher Reeve. That was not Christopher Reeve. And if you guys watch the video of the fall, you can't really see the person's face, the person that's actually falling from the horse. So what I think is this guy was pretending this whole time until his death on October 10th, 2004. And what adds on to that is because actually today somebody reached out to me and showed me this. The movie Above Suspicion. This was his last movie before the accident. And what's ironic about this is that in this film, he plays a cop who gets shot and injured and paralyzed and ends up in a wheelchair for the rest of his life and then becomes depressed. And just think about it. This movie came out on May 21st, 1995, just 6 days before his accident. So you got to ask yourself, what are the odds, man? He plays a cop that's paralyzed in a wheelchair, and then 6 days later, he falls from a horse and ends up in a wheelchair, paralyzed, can't move, can't walk. If this is not proof of predictive programming, I don't know what is. And, you know, what I get from this is, I mean, look at the title of the movie, right? Above Suspicion. If this is not suspicious to any listener out there who might be on the fence of this work, then I don't know what is. I don't know what's going to convince you guys. I mean, this is beyond suspicion. This is literally a conspiracy. The guy plays a cop who is paralyzed in a wheelchair 6 days before his accident happens. This movie is released. Come on. And what's ironic about this movie as well, it's that I gotta go to this post. You guys notice how his name is 121, Christopher Doyle Reeve? That movie, Above Suspicion, released on a day with 121 numerology. And then he suffers his accident 121 days before his birthday, 6 days after the release of the film. And we know Blood Sacrifice is 121 as well, right? So yeah, and also in that movie and in that video that I did on his death, I spoke about how he died on the day with 44 numerology, and then his wife Dana Reeve died from lung cancer at the age of 44 in 2006. With lung cancer, chemo kills all 44 like execution. And of course, Christopher Reeve had a 34-year movie career with murders equals 34. Yeah, so I did that last week on December 7th. That was the same day that the Christopher Reeve story arrived on Max. And yeah, we also spoke about how there's another Superman film coming out on July 11th of next year. Wonder what they put in there. Yeah, and also he the Man of Steel, he suffered his injury on a day with 38 numerology. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to show people. I mean, I don't know what else to show people really. If you can't see through this, I don't know. You're not gonna see through anything. I haven't watched this movie. I'm gonna watch it after this live stream because I just haven't had the time. This movie's about an hour and something long. I need time to watch to dedicate myself to a movie. I don't even watch movies no more. I don't have the time to do it. But yeah, I did see some of the previews. I read some of the the reviews on it, and yeah, he plays a cop that ends up in a wheelchair. Look at him right here. Look. Doesn't that look familiar? Doesn't that look familiar? Doesn't that look familiar? And you know what's funny? Whenever they bring up Christopher Reeve's name, they never really bring up his other movies, right? They only talk about Superman. They never, connect these dots of this movie. How suspicious it is for this movie to come out right before his injuries. I mean, look at this. This looks like a scene from the documentary, and this is a scene from the movie. Yo, this shit is crazy. Look at that. That's not real life. That's the movies. Well, his real life was a movie. But look, this scene looks like a scene from the documentary. Him in a wheelchair hugging his children. Just like they showed in the doc. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the mockery is just unbelievable. But I get it. Nobody really saw this movie. People probably never even heard of this movie before. I never did until today. This movie came out in 1995, and I'm just hearing about it today. I've never heard of this movie before. Whenever they bring up his name, I just think about Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3. And I think it was a fourth one as well. Those are the movies I think about when I think about the name Christopher Reeve. But no, he had other movies as well. And actually, now that we're on it, we might as well just look at all the movies he ever came out with. Let's see what else we can find. So look at he had a number of movies. Look at that. He had a 34-year career, so makes sense. Yeah, there was a Superman 4, The Quest for Life, The Quest for Peace. Came out in 1987, the year that I was born. I wonder how many other predictive programming movies came out. Forecasting his wheelchair days. 1995, and that was the only movie. He came out with a few movies in '95. That was a big year for him. He came out with Village of the Damned, Black Fox, and Rear Window. I wonder what this movie, because this movie came out after his injury, right? So was he in a wheelchair in this movie as well? How was he doing movies after he fell from the horse? I mean, I see a person in a wheelchair. Look, this is what I mean. Oh my gosh. Look at all these wheelchair references. Look, the guy's in a wheelchair. A crazy murder mystery and strangely timely exploration of isolation. Look at this. This movie came out in '96. That's not him in the wheelchair, but that's somebody else. But I think he's in this movie as well. Let me see. Rear Window. Yeah, I don't see. I don't think he's in this movie. I think this is the 1954 version. That's why. Okay. So what about the 1996? Yeah, he played a character named Jason Kemp. Okay, he's in this one. Jason Kemp. Yeah, he's in the wheelchair in that movie. Yeah, yep, he's in the wheelchair in that movie. Yeah, so even after his accident, he was still making films. Yeah, that's another movie I would like to watch and see what that's about. He got the tube and everything. Yeah, but that's not the same because this movie came out after the injury, right? So that's a little different. But the fact that Above Suspicion came out before his accident, that should raise an eyebrow. And in like just 6 days before, right? So yeah. So what I was saying in my other video that nobody heard was, anybody from that chaotic truth panel wants to debate this, leave a comment and tell me if you guys think this is a coincidence. How he played a cop who ended up paralyzed and then fell into depression, and the movie comes out on May 21st, 1995, just 6 days before his accident. And then if you guys saw the Christopher Reeve story documentary, that's exactly what happened in his real life. After he suffered his accident, he went into depression and then eventually died from his illness, from the bed sore and heart failure, according to what they said in the documentary. So is it a coincidence that this was the movie that came out right before his injury? You tell me. All you gematrians are like weird people. God damn, you guys are stupid. There's gematrians out there. Be careful. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, why are you so dumb? Why are you so dumb? Stuff is in your face. Or maybe it's a coincidence that Juan Soto, he just signed for 765 million. And what is 765 divided by 15? Because he supposedly got a 15-year contract. Oh, look, it's 51, which means he's going to get $51 million every year for the next 15 years. And what's the reflection of 15? Isn't it 51? And what does New York Mets equal in gematria? Look, dopes. Look, dopes. Chaotic Truth panel. New York Mets, it equals 51. And on 12/9, the announcement was made that Juan Soto just signed with the Mets for 765 million, which is $51 million a year for the next 15 years. And notice Mets is also 51. In the year 24, right? He got this contract. December in the year 24. The 12th month in the year 24, he gets $51 million a year. Yeah. The Gematrians, they're the weird people. They're the weird people. Christopher Reeve was injured in a horse riding accident on May 27th, 1995. Go watch the documentary. It's free. You can watch it. Go to my community panel, community section. I left a post where you can watch the documentary for free. You tell me if that's Christopher Reeve that fell off that horse. You can't see his face. You can't see anything. All you can see is a guy leaning falling forward. You tell me if that's him. Doesn't even have the same body structure. It's not him. It's a stunt dummy. This guy was an actor, a hell of an actor. All right, so I'll leave it there. Thanks everybody for joining us, and apologies about the mic. And yeah, that chaotic truth channel. Yeah, there's it's just chaos over there. Yeah, those people are not really getting paid what they're reporting. Absolutely not. Yeah, 51 million. I don't even think the Mets as a franchise, do they even make? Well, they probably do, but you're gonna give that just to one player? And what about the other players? What about the staff? Where are they getting generate all that money from? 765 million. And let's see if they do with the same thing they did with the Dodgers, right? Right after they gave Shohei Ohtani that big contract, they had the Dodgers win the World Series. So let's see if the Mets get past the hump, get past the Dodgers or the Padres. Yep, and that was the perfect title for that film, right? Above Suspicion, and people still won't find that above suspicion. They won't find that suspicious at all. I played a cop, a paralyzed cop. Oh my gosh, the mockery. But I'll leave it there. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Please hit the like, share, and yeah, stop falling for the traps, man. People lie about everything. Peace.